Okay, would you please introduce yourself to the camera?
My name is John O'Brien. I live and work in the Middle East in Dubai. I came here originally, I've been referred by my sister.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a financial advisor.
Right.
So I'm sitting most of the time actively working outside or on the inside. Most of my work is inside.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I came here originally on the advice of my sister. She was concerned about mercury fillings. I must admit I was sceptical because I've never suffered any problems as far as I was aware from having amalgam fillings, but I did have 12 fillings in my mouth, and I decided that I would come along and have them inspected. I decided to have them removed after listening to advice, and following the removal.
Advice of whom?
Of John Morley in Harley Street, and Dr El-Essawy yourself, and I had them removed in May and temporary fillings placed instead of the mercury. And
we are now August, or no, September,
September
sorry.
The
so
28th.
So it's about how long now?
4 months.
About
it was
4
late
months.
May, so it's just 4 months.
Okay.
Since that time, I have noticed a few things. First of all, my wife noticed my eyes look a lot clearer than
May I
before.
interrupt you?
Yes.
You had, when you came here, you reported that you had no symptoms whatsoever.
No,
you were
I
not
didn't.
aware of anything at all.
I wasn't
Any
aware
ill effects or
of any ill
anything
effects.
with your health.
No, we discussed, if you recall, at the time that I came, I was a bit sceptical. You asked me questions, and I said, basically, I feel okay.
Yeah.
So I wasn't expecting there to be any major change from removing them.
Yeah. And also it's worth mentioning here that you were doing something, you were taking something for a long time.
Yes.
What was that?
Selenium.
Selenium, liquid selenium you said.
It's liquid and also a tablet, Selenium Ace.
And also
I
tablet.
was taking since...
Why were you taking that? Oh, since when? You were taking
since the
when?
early 80s.
Since the early 80s?
Yes.
And you were taking them, why?
My parents actually had got onto them and heard that selenium was good in terms of anti-aging. And I've never been keen on vitamin pills, but I thought, well, one tablet a day isn't a problem, and I took those ever since. And then more recently I have been taking a couple of drops of liquid selenium instead, so I have had a constant.
So you're taking the liquid selenium for anti-aging effect?
Yes, basically.
And not for anything else?
No.
You were not aware that selenium helps with chelation of mercury?
No, I was not aware. No.
Yeah, okay, alright. And then you had the amalgam removed?
Yes.
Under sedation?
Yes.
All of it in one go?
Exactly.
Tell us what happened soon after.
Well, as soon as we went back to Dubai, which was a few days later, I noticed within probably a week or 2 weeks that my tongue was very much cleaner. I had a very bad coating on it, which I'd always thought was from drinking tea or something of that nature.
You had white coating on your tongue?
It was a white or yellowish coating.
Yellowish, which
white.
was continuous?
It was continuous over the whole surface of my
Do you smoke?
tongue.
Do you smoke? Are you a smoker?
No, I haven't smoked. I smoked the odd cigar, but I haven't smoked those even for at least
But
a
it's not
year.
related to smoking?
Not as far as I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
At least, and I haven't smoked anything during this period.
Is it related to anything that you know of?
Not that I'm aware of. No,
Okay.
it wasn't anything that I'd been to a doctor about. It was something I noticed, but I didn't really pay too much attention. But I did notice within a week, 2 weeks of having the amalgam removed, that my tongue was noticeably cleaner. I mean, it was quite visible, the difference.
Yeah. Okay, and what else did you notice?
As I mentioned previously, my wife noticed my eyes look different. They look brighter and clearer than they did before. They look perhaps slightly...
Well, your wife spends a lot of time
She always
looking
gazes
in your
into
eyes,
my eyes, you see. No, but even I could notice, looking in the mirror of a morning shaving.
You have noticed?
I noticed, yes, they look brighter
Right.
and clearer.
Okay. And how do you feel brighter?
Yes, I mean it's difficult to say there's a noticeable difference, but I do feel alert. My concentration is good. I wouldn't say that I feel such a marked difference as the other things I've mentioned, but yes, I do feel alert. I sleep well, and the other thing I've noticed is I can swallow more easily, particularly things like pills. I used to sometimes choke. I don't know if that's related, but I find my swallowing is much easier.
Right. And any noticeable changes in your mood at all?
Oh yes, my mood. Yes, that's one of the major changes. I used to get annoyed for minor things, lose my temper. I find I'm taking things much more easily, in my stride. I'm not getting so upset or tense about situations as I did do, and that is a noticeable difference that my wife has noticed, and I've noticed that my moods are easier, if you like, than they used to be.
Right. Did you used to get things like headaches and things like that?
I didn't suffer from headaches, no.
Not before?
Not before or since.
And not after?
No.
Did you suffer from any problems with your tummy at all?
Not generally. I've had stomach upsets, probably related to bad food from time to time, but not any chronic stomach conditions.
Okay.
No.
So no changes there as well. Your concentration, you mentioned that you're slightly more alert and
yes, I would say
better.
so. I'm reading more than I used to.
And when you read, do you find that you can keep your concentration
exactly, and I keep my
longer than before?
For longer spans.
How much
time.
longer? Put a percentage on it. I know it might be difficult, but put a percentage on it as a subjective percentage.
Yes, maybe 20%.
20%.
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a huge difference.
Yeah,
but I think it's also related to my mood, because if I get annoyed about things, then my concentration is reduced anyway. So I think that in itself has helped to concentrate.
Is it only related to your mood, or a general observation?
Generally speaking, yes, it's better, and I don't get so fatigued as I used to.
Do you feel happier?
Yes, I do. Yes. Now you mention it, I do feel my mood generally has improved, that I'm not so anxious as I used to be, and conversely, that means I'm happier.
Do you feel that there is slightly more of a spring in your step or something like that?
I haven't noticed that, to be honest.
You haven't?
I mean, I live in the Middle East, in Dubai, and I have to confess I don't walk very much because of the hot weather.
So your energy level has not shown a great deal of change? Yeah?
I wouldn't say an enormous amount of change. I mean, as I say, I haven't been a sportsman particularly anyway, and I haven't walked much recently because of living in a hot climate.
Yeah,
so,
but you didn't notice any before the amalgam removal anyway. Now, all the changes that you mentioned to me, do you think all these nice changes that happened to you are due to anything else other than the amalgam removal?
I can't put it down to anything else. There's no significant change in my life that would have.
You were not taking anything in particular, or doing anything in particular?
No.
Any tablets, any medicines, any medications, any change in circumstance?
No, I mean, we're living in the same place, I'm doing the same work, I'm not taking any different medications.
How sure are you that all these changes are due to the amalgam removal and the mercury decontamination?
Obviously I can't be certain, but I would say circumstantial evidence of the changes that we've mentioned that have come since removing the amalgam, and given the fact that no other material changes in my life circumstances, then I would put it down to that, although of course it is anecdotal, circumstantial evidence, if you like, rather than scientific fact as far as I'm concerned.
Right. Okay. You were doing yourself a very great service by taking the liquid selenium, albeit for a different
for different
reason.
reasons, yes.
But you have done a really great job by taking that liquid selenium.
This has helped to offset the effects you feel.
Indeed, yes,
of the mercury.
indeed. Yeah, I'm glad you did that. And okay, we had a power cut. The battery ran out on us. We were saying that as far as I could tell from your history and so on, you fall in a special category of patients who actually are protected by their genes from the toxic effects of heavy metal. And I'm very happy that you didn't have that much of symptoms, in the way of symptoms, before with the amalgam removal. And your testimony in particular is important because it shows that even though for healthy individuals who are not showing or not aware of symptoms, you obviously there was symptoms, but you're not aware that they were related to the amalgam.
No, that's
Is that true?
Yes.
So you probably thought that they were what? That they were you.
Yes, I thought they were me because I've had mercury fillings since I was a child, probably.
Right.
So the effect of this has been throughout my life. So
Yeah. So this you thought this is normal.
yes, I thought I was normal. I didn't have any particular
Yeah.
effects, but obviously the mood swings or were as a result of the mercury. But I assumed that was just me,
Yeah. Exactly.
rather than being caused
Or
by
circumstances, or somebody annoying you, or
something. Yes,
somebody,
exactly.
or something, or old age. You know, some people think that the old age, although you are very young and everything, but you thought maybe you're getting tired or you're getting, you know.
Yes, I mean, I didn't. There wasn't anything that I put down to being mercury. I felt okay, but obviously I was judging that against how I've always been, rather than how I should be.
You really had symptoms, but you
Yes.
did not know.
Exactly. Yes.
And these symptoms that you did not know anything about, it did not cross your mind that they were due to the mercury.
Oh no.
That is why your testimony is important. Are you sure about this?
Yes, absolutely sure. Yes.
You're
No.
telling me the truth?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I don't have any reason to do otherwise. As I say, I didn't come here as a person who was adamantly against mercury fillings. I'd come here persuaded by someone else who was very keen on health issues to at least have a look at it and have an open mind. And
What did
I was
someone else say?
sceptical.
What did the person who told you about mercury, what did he say to you to persuade you to have the amalgam removed?
My sister actually had mentioned about the mercury depositing in the brain, and also there may be a link with multiple sclerosis. Although I don't think it's proven, but I believe some people with multiple sclerosis have found high levels of mercury, and I just felt, well, maybe I should, for my own health, have a look at this.
For prophylactic reasons. So you came to have the amalgam removed for prophylactic reasons, just to avoid anything happening in the future.
Exactly.
If it was true, then avoid it from now. Did you want them removed because of cosmetic reasons on their own?
No.
You did not mind the presence of
No, I
plaque?
mean, I have a tooth here that needs, some work on cosmetically. So from a cosmetic point of view, I wasn't that concerned about the fillings. Otherwise, I'd have had this one done years ago. So no, it wasn't for cosmetic.
It wasn't
reasons.
for cosmetic reasons.
No.
And it was just a prophylactic, just to stop any possible problem from happening in the future.
That's right. I wasn't expecting to feel markedly better, but I felt the body of evidence, suggested that mercury fillings weren't good for you, and it was a good time to have them removed.
Right. Very good. I am very pleased for you.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us this evidence.
Thank you, and thank you for removing it. I definitely feel it's been worthwhile.
Very good. Thank you.
You.